Okay, and so this arrow is where we're going. We start at the as purchased unit and we're going to the recipe unit. So we'll show you that as we go throughout today. All right, so let's talk about it. Speaking of tacos, let's do costing out a bacon and cheese and egg taco. Okay, and so these are our four ingredients. Our standard recipe of our ingredients for a bacon, egg, and cheese taco. Okay, so of course we have our tortillas, which, as we all know, can make or break a taco. But I digress. So now we're going to look at our eggs, our bacon, and our cheese. Now I just pulled this information from heb.com. You can get the information from wherever. You will notice as we cost this out that the cost is going to be pretty high per taco. And you're probably going to wonder, why can taco places charge only $1 or $1.50 for a taco? Well, the reason is because they're buying wholesale. And when they buy from a wholesaler, the cost of the ingredients are much, much cheaper. And so I'm using retail pricing here, so it's going to be a little bit higher. So just keep that in mind. So what is the cost per taco? So in this case, our unit is our taco. We need to figure out what the ingredient cost is for each one, put it all together, and that will give us our cost per taco. So our standard portion sizes is going to be 1 tortilla per taco, 2 eggs per taco, 1 slice of bacon, and 2 ounces of cheese. So let's start with the tortillas. If you recall from the previous slide, our tortillas cost $3.98 per, remember that word per, 20 count. So 20 count. So we take that $3.98, we divide it by 20, and we get 0.199. Now, what I would recommend is that you go ahead and just keep that decimal. Don't clear it out. Go ahead and just keep that. And we are going to round this up because we only need 1 taco, or 1 tortilla. We are going to go ahead and round that up to 20 cents. Okay, so 20 cents per tortilla. Let's go to our eggs. Okay, now our eggs, if you recall from the previous slide, we have $2.86 per 18 count. So this is not per dozen, this is per 18 count. Which then, when we divide that, our calculator is going to show us 0.1588 repeating. Okay, since we have 2 eggs, go ahead and just multiply that by 2, and we'll be able to round that up to 32 cents. Okay, because we need 2 eggs. 1 slice of bacon. Now, in our bacon, we had $7.99 per 24 ounces. Okay, so do our units match? We have ounces and we have slice. Our units do not match. Okay, so we have to convert in some way. Well, in this particular case, I was able to identify that there's actually 20 slices in that 24-ounce package. Okay, so we can take that package. If we're just going to put 1 slice of bacon in each taco, then we want to count how many are in each package. Now, if we are somewhere where you chop up the bacon and mix it in with the eggs, then you might put it in as a weight. So you might say 2 ounces of bacon. And so in that case, the 24 ounces would be okay. But in this particular situation, we're going with a slice instead of ounces, because that's my preference. All right, so now we know that there is 20 slices inside this package right here. So now we can take $7.99, divide by 20 slices, and we get our cost per slice, per unit. Now we're going to get that 0.3995, and we're going to go ahead and just round that up to 40 cents per slice. Okay, 40 cents per slice. The last one is our cheese. Okay, so our cheese is $4.99 per 16 ounces. Our units match, so now we're good to go. We can do $4.99 divided by 16, and that's going to give me 32 cents per ounce. Okay, now because I need 2 ounces, I multiply by 2, and I get 64 cents. Okay, so what is our cost of our taco? We take 20 cents plus 32 cents plus 40 cents plus 64 cents, and we get a grand total of $1.56 per taco. Okay, that costs us $1.56 in food ingredients, not in labor. We're looking just at our food cost right now. Okay, so $1.56 per taco. All right, so how much should we charge for our taco if we want to maintain a 30% food cost? Okay, so remember we have our nifty little tool here, our triangle. So we have cost at the top, percent on the bottom, and then our selling price on the bottom as well. Okay, and so what we look for is what we're covering up. So we're covering up our sales, and what is left over is our cost divided by our percent. So our cost, we know, is $1.56. We divide that by 0.3, and we get, hey Siri, what is 1.56 divided by 0.3?
1.56 divided by 0.3 is 5.2.
$5.20 is what we should charge for this taco. Now remember, this is because we're using retail pricing and not wholesale pricing. So when we come to class, we will do this exercise again. However, we will use wholesale pricing from the invoices that I used in Maine as my summer job as a cook at the Acadia Institute of Oceanography. So we'll be able to get a better idea of what the taco actually cost if we bought wholesale ingredients. So that was pretty simple. Now, let's do our plate cost. So last weekend, I had an opportunity. I did a cookout on the beach in Galveston, and we each had hot dogs. We had ketchup and cheese on each of our hot dogs as our condiments. We had chips and beans as our sides, and then we each had Topo Chico and beer. So let's talk about what the actual standard portion size is that we actually used. So first, we each had 2 hot dogs, which then we also had 2 buns. Then per hot dog, we put 2 ounces of ketchup and 1 slice of cheese. We split the can into 2 servings, and if we notice, our serving size is 14 chips for the chips. Then we each had a beer and an 8-ounce glass of Topo Chico. All right, so now let's break this down bit by bit in order to calculate what our total cost is for this plate. All right, so first let's do our hot dogs and the buns. So the hot dogs and the buns, we start with our hot dogs. Our as purchased, which was 8 count, and we're going to a 2 count is our recipe unit. So because our units match already, we can just simply divide and then multiply by the amount that we need. So $3.24 divided by 8 hot dogs gives us 40.5 cents. Okay. Now again, keep that the way it is, and then just go ahead and multiply by the amount that we need. We need 2 hot dogs. Okay, and so that gives us 81 cents per plate. Let's do the buns. The buns are the same way. We had 8 count buns, and we are going to 2 count for our recipe. So we do $1.86, $1.68 divided by 8 buns gives us 21 cents per bun. But we need 2 buns. So that actually gives us 42 cents is our cost for those ingredients on this particular plate. All right. So let's do the ketchup and the cheese on the condiments as well. Okay. So ketchup, we start with 40 ounces. And we're going to 2 ounces. Okay. So our units match. We're in good shape. $3.98 divided by our 40 ounces gives us 0.0995. We multiply that by our 2 ounces and we get 0.199. Okay, now that's just for 1 hot dog. How many hot dogs do we have? That's right, we have 2 hot dogs. So we need to multiply that by 2 and we get 0.398, which we're going to round that up to 40 cents. Okay, so we have 40 cents, 42, 81. The last one, let's go ahead and do the cheese. Okay, so for our cheese, we're going to do it right here in this little corner. I'm going to break it apart. Our cheese, we start with 10 count, and we are going to 1 count. Okay, so our counts match, and so let's do $2.78 divided by 10 count. Of course, we just move that decimal place over 1, and we get 0.278. And that's per 1 slice of cheese. Now, of course, we have 2 hot dogs, so let's multiply that by 2, and we're going to get 56 cents per 2 slices of cheese. Okay, so we'll keep all of that together in the back of our mind, running total. Let's move on to our sides and our drinks. Okay, so our chips. Our as purchased for the chips is 11 ounces. Okay, and in our recipe, standardized recipe, we're going for 1 serving. So our units do not match. However, if we look at the back of the package of the chips, we know that this 11 ounces is also equal to 11 servings. Okay, so we can use that information from the package, and now, because those 2 things equal each other, now our units do match. Okay, so we do $1.98 per bag of chips. We divide by 11 servings, and we get 18 cents per serving of chips. Okay, let's go to the beans. For the beans, we did, let's see, it was 1 can, was the as purchased, and our serving size was half of a can because we split that can into two. So our units do match. We do 83 cents divided by 2, and of course that's going to give me 0.415, which I'm going to round that up to 42 cents. Okay. Next is our beer, our Dos Equis. Okay. We each had one beer. We have 12 bottles is how we purchased it, and we each had one bottle. So because our units match, we can simply divide. So 12 bottles cost us $14.97. We divide that by 12, and we get our cost per bottle is $1.25. Okay, we all see how this works. Now the Topo Chico is going to be a little tricky, so this is going to take a little bit. So let's talk about it. I'm going to divide our section right here so we can talk about our Topo Chico. Now, our Topo Chico came in 1.5 liter bottles, and we are going to 8 ounces of a serving. So these units do not match. But one thing I want you to remember is that 1 liter equals 33.8 ounces. You have to just simply memorize this right here, that 1 liter equals 33.8 ounces. 1 liter equals 33.8 ounces. So now that we want to convert this, because we know we want to get from ounces to ounces, okay, we can take 1.5 liters times 33.8 ounces, and that tells us that we have 50.7 ounces in this 1.5 liter bottle. And now our units do match. Okay, now that our units do match, ounces and ounces, we can now simply divide the cost and multiply by how much we need. So in this case, we're going to do 50. Oops, I'm so sorry. Our Topo Chico cost us $1.55. And we're going to divide that by our 50.7 ounces, which will give us a total of 3 cents per ounce. Now, how much do I need? I need 8 ounces. So I multiply by 8 ounces, and I get 24 cents per my servings. Okay? So now we can put all this back together. So our hot dogs were 81 cents. Our buns were 42 cents. Our ketchup was 40 cents. Our cheese was 56 cents. Our chips came out to 18 cents. Our beans came out to 42 cents. Our beer came out to $1.25. And then our Topo Chico came out to 24 cents. So all of that together comes out to a grand total of $2.37 for that entire plate of food, okay, based on our standard portion size. So now, how much should we charge for our plate? So if we go back to that triangle that we use, percent sales cost, we are looking for how much should we charge. So we're looking for our sales. We cover that up. And what remains is our cost divided by our percent. Now remember, this is going to be an overall percentage. Beverage cost percentages typically are much, much smaller just because their cost is so much lower. So we can make a little bit more profit. But in this case, we're going to shoot for that 30% food cost, food and beverage cost. And so now we take our $2.37 and we divide by 0.3. Hey Siri, what is $2.37 divided by 0.3?
The answer is 7.90 US dollars.
$7.90 is what we should charge for this plate if we want to maintain a 30% food cost. All right, so this is basically how all of this works together.